Ashe, Rachel. Thank you so much for your patience. Let me turn this. I'm turning the radio off. Hopefully you can still hear me. All right. So we're going to get started with, I just wanted to go with my regular deck, the written deck that I created. I thought that would be a good place to actually like show you what's going on around you too. And I know I didn't have this deck in Sedona, so I wasn't able to pull from these cards, which is what I wanted to do for you. So, saying goodbye with reunions is here. So I feel like you have the energy interesting. As it's out with the old, it's in with the new. This is your day of rest. Fun day is here. Born to do this. Is no one notifying the black hole that I'm falling into? Wait, is no one notifying? That's interesting. So I feel like either you're going to get some message or somebody's receiving a message, either notifying them that somebody either like needs extra attention, needs some looking after. It's giving me the energy though of like you falling into a black hole, like your emotions and things of that nature, and nobody's paying attention to that, or no one noticing how sad maybe you might be, or like how drained even your energy is. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure the phone is charging because I'm also on like 10%. So we had born to do this, saying goodbye. Walkie-talkie is here. So that's giving me radio, obviously, but like ambulance. Like, you know how only in certain careers you actually use a walkie-talkie? So it's like truck driver, but I don't know, I got ambulance because I see CPR here. So I wonder, it's saying goodbye, walkie-talkie, CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, and you don't belong here. I'm trying to pick these up as I'm getting them. Cal wants to come out separately, and then living in hell. So I don't know if you can see how the spread is. Witchy Vibes is upside down, so I'm going to flip this. Spring is here. Everything that has breath. All right, so I feel like you have a message from a passed on loved one. And it's like something about needing to like keep something sacred, or like a tradition of something that you used to have. I don't know if it's like practicing breathing, or like somebody, I don't know if before they passed they were having like breathing issues or like asthma. I'm getting something about the springtime would flare up these symptoms, like hay fever or something like that. I'm getting cows like living on a farm. But it's like I feel the energy of you're either in a space where you feel like you don't belong, but you do. You were born to be in a certain place or to do a certain thing. But the problem is, it's like I feel like you're falling into an emotional state that's like creating a hard space for you to see around you. See the blessings around you, see the opportunities around you. Many wishes are coming true. I need a happy beginning, middle, and ending. I feel like you want a full story. So like, I feel like everybody does though. With that, like you want that fairy tale lifestyle is the energy I'm getting. Something here doesn't seem to feel like real is the energy I'm getting. And it might even be like, that may be other people's impressions, or something doesn't feel authentic or real, or like you really give a damn. It feels like almost like faking a funk, or there's a funk around you, or like a cloud of energy of just like not caring, or I don't know if it's drained, like I started out by saying, but it's just you need to find your spark again. Maybe it isn't practicing like meditation and different breath work and things of that nature, but it's like not everything's gonna line up in the way that we want it to all the time, and we don't always get to the place that we see ourselves. You know, when we start a project, we don't always get to that ending. Things happen in between, so things change. You have to adapt. You have to roll with the punches. But I want to shuffle this because this did just like fall out like that, so I'm not really sure. I felt like that was a message to you from a passed on loved one, if I'm being honest, because with that saying goodbye, like it's really important for somebody to maybe tell you that it's okay to say goodbye, or for you to let something go, or they're trying to do that for you. I feel like somebody loved you a lot. Raven is here. Those are also messengers. They bring messages. Sunlight activations. That's giving me Arizona energy. Did you? Yeah. No. I'm still doing the reading. Hold on a second. I'm still recording. Pay attention to your path is here. I feel like you have to make some decisions about like where you want to go forward, decisions about like what you're trying to leave behind, maybe even people. This is giving me a different vibe. And that may be the hard part. That may be why it feels like you're falling into a black hole, is because like everything that you recognized or knew or loved, like I don't feel like the same people are around you, or possibly that's the transition, is like you don't need to have the same people around you, and it may be hard to let certain energies go. So look for new directions is here. Again, I feel like you're off to a different path, and that may be the hard part. Multidimensional is also here, so I feel like that's pointing out to like different states of being. You can be in more than one dimension. Usually you either through meditation or like sleep, you can enter into different phases of reality, I'll put it like that. Coffin is here with put something to death and light healing. I'm really getting like the energy, you're either, I don't like to use this word lightly, but I feel suffering is here. I don't know if this is from like not being able to get past something, or someone leaving your life. But this isn't I don't necessarily get that somebody died. I get that somebody left, maybe abruptly, like a argument with a loved one or something of that nature that's really having an effect on your emotions. And that's where that black hole energy is coming from, because it's almost like it's absorbing everything around you, like sucking up all your joy. So you have to find peace by any means. That's here. And Reiki healing is also here. So it's important for you to do some checks with your energy centers, practice different like mindful meditation, and maybe even target different energy centers. I don't know if you are into Reiki healing, or you can have someone perform that on you, Reiki, but that may be beneficial for you too, and also help you like calm down, relax, and work. You need to start working through some of these thoughts. I feel like you may be almost thinking too much, which is, when I say work through it, I mean like learn to let some things go, maybe even people. And that's the hard part here. But you do have many wishes coming true. I feel like that's our second time seeing that. So something that you have been asking for is on its way, but you really do need to reflect on what you want before it gets here. Reflect on what you want and reflect on what you're saying as well. I just got to like somebody listening in. So it's important to like watch It's funny I'm using watch when I'm talking about hearing and listening. So are you like reading subtitles? Or is somebody reading words, but they're like, I don't know, I'm getting like subtitles and like listening in. But that could be text too, like text, subtitles, text, and words. I don't know if this was like a situation where somebody like read over your text. Maybe they were forwarded or something like that, and that's what's caused confusion. Because it's giving me an energy of like you weren't able to clearly explain yourself, but maybe somebody saw something that wasn't meant for them to see too. I don't know what's going on between you and this energy of like losing someone or something. I feel like it's weighing on you heavily. So you really do need to like try to focus on finding peace and healing. Sometimes people, you know, they come into your life to teach you lessons, and they're not meant to stay forever. Maybe it's just like a season that they're around for, and that can be a blessing in itself. Not everything's meant to be permanent. Bottom of the deck, I'm showing three of swords, so that's like heartache. But again, if that's where all the root of this sadness is coming from, it's like there's something within you that needs to heal. So that's where that Reiki healing and energy work and things of that nature come in, because it's like either pointing out to something from like a shadow aspect. It could be something from like an inner child wound, like that keeps perpetuating. It could be like a generational curse, something that your parents have always done. And so like, for example, I'm getting is like your parents have always taught you to be forgiving, or like you may have in a situation watched like your mom, let's say, forgive your dad, let's say, for something that's like a repeat offense. Like, you know that that doing this bothers this person, but you watch that person every time be like, oh, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. So it's like learned behavior where it becomes kind of passive aggressive. I don't know how this applies. I'm sure you do, but that's the energy that I'm picking up on. So, yeah. So I would, sorry about that. Hold on. What I was getting out of that message though is like, there's something in you that maybe you observed from someone else doing, and I'm even getting like your dad. I used an example of mom and dad, but I'm getting from your dad. There's an example of something that you're observing like your dad do that's being carried forward, but it's creating like a darkness or anger in you because it's not meant for you. It's almost, I almost want to say like you're carrying on somebody else's burdens, and that's why it's creating almost like, I don't want to keep using the same words, but long story short, because I keep wanting to say death, or like it's creating darkness in you. And that just points to transformation. I don't know if you need to like move away from a parent. I don't know if they're going through health issues. It just feels like something's weighing so heavy on you, and it's not like anything that was necessarily for you to take on the task of. And you need to focus on finding your own peace. Because it's like, if something bad were to happen, I almost feel like it would be too much. It would be like, you don't want to look back after the end of whatever the situation or cycle is and be like, I wasted my time. And that's what I'm feeling the energy of. It's either a circumstance or a situation that you keep putting yourself back in. It could be a friendship group, and you know better, but at the end of the day, it's like you keep going back in there because of heartache, or because of like, I don't know, if you cared a lot, if it's out of love. It seems like it's out of self-sacrifice, and you should never be sacrificing yourself for another. Like, love doesn't require that of us. And that's the first thing you need to learn, and like about even self-love. It would never require you to make those sacrifices of yourself. Okay, let's keep going with the tarot. Split the deck. The Fool is here. So that's giving me like a lighthearted wanting to like go off on a new opportunity or take a leap of faith on something. And it's like a lighthearted energy in the sense of like you want to travel light, you want to not have too many emotions about it, but just be like, you know, free for the adventure and up to whatever life brings, or up to whatever opportunities may present themselves. And that's the best way to be honest. If we can help it. I feel like when you become carefree, or like when you're up for challenges and stuff, that's when you attract more people. That's when folks are like, hey, who's this? Or how to, like, it's almost like they become curious of how you do what you do, or how you get things together in the manner that you do. So you do attract a lot of attention, like when you put yourself out there. But I feel like you've been more so in the shell, or you want to be. I get like almost like self-pity. I don't know where this is all coming from, and this is the energy I'm just feeling. So again, apply it how it applies. It may not be you, it may be somebody around you, but it's like a lot of self-pity energy. And once they get into that space, it's hard to get out of it, because it's like, if I put myself in these situations, like I get mad at myself for being in them. And because of that anger now that I have for myself, like nothing's working out, and I'm frustrated about that too. That's the energy I'm feeling. So it's like a vicious cycle or a loop. You got to find a way to break yourself out of that if that's you and your mental's taking you there. All right, so we have the Page of Pentacles with Two of Cups. I was going to say this is giving me a lot of balance energy. Someone's trying to balance. And this is a page too. So this is stable energy. Like they do have some sort of financial security, but it's growing. It's growing from almost nothing. So it's like a long-term, like this is the most stable offer that can be presented to you, but it's not anything that happens overnight. It takes a long time to build up. But once it builds up, like it's going to be a mansion. But it may take like 20 years to build it. That's that kind of energy. So what love is here, or Two of Cups, this is like love shared between people. So if you're in a position where somebody wants to offer you something long term, and it is regarding love or emotions or how they feel about you, I feel like you're almost hesitant because of you looking at like it's almost like too small of an offer, or it's not coming fast enough, or you expected more out of this person because of the feelings that you have for them, or the feelings that you guys share. This is giving me too, because this doesn't just have to be a romantic relationship. This could be like parents. This could be co-workers, friends, like things of that nature. Like things taking too long almost, or people offering. It's like you offer, the love is there, but like the financial or like tangible part of things aren't. So the offers that people are making for you are small, and because of it's almost like you want to make grand gestures towards things because of being excited or being in the moment, or having a certain feeling that you get that comes over you about stuff. And I feel like you are going to have your wishes fulfilled when it comes to love, and when it comes to finding like peace and things of that nature. But it's going to be a long road to get there, because you have to find what it means to be those things. You have to find your stability. You have to find your security. You have to find what it looks like to grow and ground and be able to balance. Because that's what I was going to say. I felt Two of Pentacles, and I do see two pentacles on this card. There's one up there and one down there. So it's almost feeling like a juggling act. Like somebody's trying either really hard to balance, like I even get like a young child, or this may be something from your childhood, like since you were young, somebody having to balance like either love and stability, or like those two things can be offered together, but it's like a give and take kind of energy. It's one or the other. It's one or the other kind of sided thing. Or you've been put in that position where you feel like you've had to choose one side or another when it came to love. Or between like, I don't know, because I'm getting a lot of parent energy too. Like, I don't know if your parents, and the stars at the bottom of the deck now. Oh, fell out. Healing energy. Wishes being fulfilled with the Tower upside down. You're going through a lot of internal struggles. This may be very shocking for you and kind of come out of the blue. I see a lot of dark energy. Which isn't a bad thing, but it's just finding your light while you're in this dark place. That's the issue. Lightning hasn't struck yet. You haven't had your epiphany moment yet, but it's on its way. And I feel like the epiphany is you realizing that, like, you are what you're attracting. You, like, the higher self, the higher version of you. You in every aspect. Like, when you start to come into alignment with self and really, like, determine what it is that you're here to do, that may be part of the struggle, though. And that's why there's so much inner work that's required. It's like you're upside down on the inside. And so maybe like your inner world can feel like it's crashing, and that's why it's starting to reflect outside of you. Or like because of the inner world feeling so intense and extreme, you kind of push yourself away from things on the outside. And I almost feel like you need to let go. Like you need to release a lot here. If it is starting over, like that full energy, releasing would do you justice in the sense of why care about things that may not be caring about you. And I'll just put it like that. I saw 2121 on the clock. That gives me world energy, like ending a cycle. Learn the lesson so that you can now incorporate it into your next phase of life. You may be starting over with like career or looking at transitioning for career. I feel like if it's your wish, if you have a wish to do something or a wish to like start over right now in any aspect, now's a good time for it. It's the end of retrograde also. So like it's a good time to sign contracts and things of that nature. It's funny, I mentioned the world. The world is here. These cards are now upside down, so I'm gonna flip the deck over. And not every card that you got was upside down, but one of them is. So the high... Oh, shit. You scared the fuck out of me. Sorry. What's up? Like 2 minutes. I'm almost done. Yeah, like 2 minutes. All right, so the High Priestess is here. So that's something... Somebody sees something, but they're not saying something. This is something being hidden from you. But a truth is here. I almost feel like gatekeeping energy. Someone doesn't want you to know the full story about something, and I feel like it's out of your protection or out of protection for you because of this can be like somebody that has like, this is water energy first off, so it's like a charming kind of they have a lot of compassion or they care for you is what I'm trying to get at, especially with the Two of Cups here. So this is like a shared feeling between the two. You have the Ace of Pentacles here. This was what feels like that wish that's being fulfilled. Something's coming in. This gives me a seed. So it's like an idea. It could literally be a coin. This could be money on the way. And it's going to be unexpected too, which is like the bonus out of it. It could be a bonus. 9 of Wands upside down is denoting to me that like you feel like you're too tired to keep fighting for something, but you need to fight right now to get to a better mental space. That's what your fight is about. I feel like you have a lot of I don't know, I just got the energy like a lot of different things are trying to put out your flame, but I don't know if it's just like a state of being that you're like, that's how you're feeling. Is like every way you turn, like nothing's working out. Things are being extinguished before they begin. But I feel like that's part of the High Priestess energy, is that something's being hidden from you on purpose. Because you do have a blessing on the way, or a wish that's going to be fulfilled. But I feel like it's going to come when it's supposed to, or at a certain time and manner. I just wanted to see if I had, yes, self-care cards. We'll leave it off with that. Ashe. And thank you so much again for your patience with this reading. Okay. So So let's see what we get for self-care. Feelings. I feel like this is the theme of your reading. Feelings. It's either you're in your feelings, someone around you's in their feelings. There's a whole bunch of stars. I see mountains and just going on a journey of self. But this is to get your wishes fulfilled and also to seek enlightenment. It's like more a better understanding of self is what I get. And you're going to come to a better understanding of self, especially being a water sign, through your feelings and understanding your emotions. It's almost like you can pick up things because of like the vibration. And like water, it's like a fish. They feel everything through the vibration of the water. All right, healing begins with feelings. Be gentle with yourself and tender with your heart. Ashe. So healing begins with feelings. Be gentle with yourself and tender with your heart. This card gives me like give yourself a hug kind of energy. But hold on, Anders. Doesn't that look like Sedona? How crazy is that? The last time I did her reading was in Sedona. So this is like giving me Arizona vibes like crazy. All right, baby steps are still steps. They're better than standing still. So with action needs to be taken. Baby steps are still steps. They're better than standing still. And then stop trying to control life. It gets in the way of divine intervention. I like that. And this is that release energy. Surrender. So it says stop trying to control life. It gets in the way of divine intervention. So it's almost like I keep getting magic or a miracle or a wish wants to happen for you. Some sort of I want to say prophecy, but no, some sort of like thing that's supposed to happen in your life. You know how certain events will all lead up to this thing, this like moment. I keep feeling, because even with the tower energy, it's going to be shocking. And it's really going to tell you a lot of, like, it's going to confirm a lot of internal truths for you. So you have this moment that's building up, and I feel like you're watching a lot of things crash around you because of the fact that, like, something's about to happen. Something big is about to happen for you. And it's exactly what you've been waiting for. It's exactly what you want. I feel like a move is associated with it. I feel like you may be getting away from, like, a past version of self. Hopefully this did not. Hold on. You may be getting away from a past version of yourself, but it's all for, again, growth and possibly, like, to teach you something about yourself, too. Like, what you're capable of. Even, like, what your strengths and what your weaknesses are, you know, for your own personal development. But I hope this helps, Rachel. And, again, if you have any questions aside from what came up in the reading, if you wanted to clarify anything further from the reading, always, you know, reach out to me and we can discuss things. But thank you for your patience, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.